All right, folks, welcome to 90.9 The Quadratic for your Geometry Chapter 11 pre-test answers here in review video. Your Chapter 11 test is tomorrow. You can earn 110% if you max it out, just like all tests. Guys, on the first page, area of a parallelogram, which I'll give you, is base times heights. Guys, on 1 and 2, I give you both the base and the heights. You just need to calculate. You got to use Pythagorean Theorem on 3 and 4 to figure out the height. Guys, if you know those Pythagorean triples, you can save yourself a lot. You don't need Pythagorean Theorem on 4. I'm sorry, it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So side root 2, 7 and 7 would be the height there. You will save a lot of time if you do know your Pythagorean triples or 30, 60, 90 triangles. You can use sine. On this one, you could say sine of 60 is h over 12 and still get 10.4. Here's where you need to know a Pythagorean triple or use Pythagorean theorem, as I show there. The height is 24. 43 is the height. Don't add, or the base. Don't add 7 to it tomorrow, guys. 43 is the base. All right, you're going to have the exact same order of questions, same types of questions, just different numbers. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. On all of these, you're going to have to probably find either the base or the heights. You have to use Pythagorean theorem or know a Pythagorean triple on 7, 45, 45, 90 triangle, side root 2, 15, 15, 15 root 2. A little trig, TOA time. You need to find x, it's the heights. Say tan of 57 is x over 12.7. Make sure you're in degree mode. 30, 60, 90, you can do one of two things. You can use trig, as I wrote down there, call the sides x and y, or you can know that 24 is twice the smallest side. So opposite that 30-degree angle is your smallest side. Opposite 60 is 12 root 3, which is 20.8. Pythagorean theorem is needed, or just know the triples on 11 and 12. You have the base is 12. The base is 12. Cut it in the middle there, so you have a height. When you cut 12 in half, you got 6. You can do 6 squared plus h squared is 12 squared. Or you got another 30, 60, 90. You got side root 3 would be h. Either way, you're going to get 10.4 for h. You can also use trig. You can say sine of 60 is h over 12. All right? Different things you can do there. Guys, again, you have a formula sheet tomorrow. Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 height times the sum of the two bases. I give you everything you need to know on 13 and 14. Make sure to sum the bases first before you multiply. Guys, on 15 and 16, you drop the height down, do 21 minus 16. 5 is that leftover parts. 5, 12, 13 triangle. 12 is the height. On 16, again, pause this whenever. This video's got to be kind of quick. 16, the height is 15. You do 32 minus 24. It's an 8, 15, 17 triangle. 17, guys, you're going to do 35 minus 23. That means this part is 12 bigger, which is split evenly between those two triangles. 6, 8, 10 when you do the Pythagorean theorem. So the height is 8. Same thing here. Do 51 minus 37. You're left with 14, which is split evenly between there and there. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Put 7 wherever you want. You just need to find the heights. You can use one of those two triangles. You get 24. All right, you guys did a very good job on those today. Area of a rhombus or kite is 1/2 diagonal, 1 times diagonal 2. For a rhombus, the diagonals bisect each other. So if that's 5, that has to be 5. One diagonal is 10. If that's 7, that has to be 7. The other diagonal is 14. On 20, you're going to have to use Pythagorean theorem to find the length of this diagonal. This is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Call it x if you have to. Do x squared plus 3 squared is 5 squared. So if one part is 3, then the other is 3. One diagonal is 6. If this is 4, that is 4. See, the other diagonal is 8. Pythagorean theorem. You'll use, I think, just one time on this page. So here, if one part's 6, the other part's 6. So one diagonal is 12. If one part of the diagonal is 8, the other is 8. The other diagonal is 16. Find the product divided by 2. Guys, on a kite, you only have one diagonal that's been bisected. Notice the tick marks. 3 tick marks, 3 tick marks. If that's 5, that's 5. One of the diagonals is 10. If that's 8, that's 11. Add them together, you get 19. Take half the product. Same thing here on 23. 7 plus the other 7 will give you 14. 8 and 13 will give you 21. Take the product, divide by 2. If that is 9, that has to be 9 because of the tick marks. 9 and 9 gives you 18. Just simply add 13 and 21 to give you 34. 1/2 their products. All right, here's where some of us struggle. Area of a circle is pi r squared, but you're looking at a portion, a sector of it. So first thing you need to do is figure out what portion of the circle is shaded. 60 over the 360 degrees in a circle, that is a 6. You are doing a 1/6 of pi. Radius is 12 if the diameter is 24 squared. Just square, it says leave it in terms of pi. Just square 12 to get 144 and divide it by 6 and attach pi. Here, 120 over 360 is 1/3 of pi. I give you the radius there. 81 squared. 1/3 of 81 is 81 divided by 327. Just attach pi. The diameter is 12. The radius is 6. 3/4 of it is covered. I know that 90 is given, but that's in white. 3/4 of 36 pi, 27 pi. If the radius is 16, well, that's great. 135, guys. All right, here's what you can do. In the calc, you can do 135 divided by 360. Hit enter, then hit the math button right there. If you hit math and then hit frac, it'll give you 3/8, which then you can multiply by 16 squared, right? Just 256, and then just attach pi. All right, that's how that works. Guys, on 29, find the area of the shaded segments, round it to the nearest tenth. You're really looking at this whole sector, the circle, which is 1/4 of pi radius squared, minus, you don't want this white part. That white part is a triangle, isosceles, with a base and a height of 8. So that's why we're subtracting 1/2 base times height. 1/4 of 64 pi is 16 pi. You type that in the calculator and then subtract 32. You're going to get 18.3. All right? And, folks, let's take a look. Yeah, this is where we're going to have to take some time. This is probably the hardest page, 15 points total. You're given everything you need to know. Area is 1/2 apothem times the perimeter. Again, I give you that formula. I tell you what A and P are. The perimeter is 8 sides because it's an octagon. That's a 7.8, so you'll be able to read it clearly tomorrow, I promise. I give you the apothem of 9.4, so simply just plug it in. That one's easy. 31, folks, I give you a way to find the perimeter. If each side is 17.6, do 5 times 17.6. The perimeter is 88. So 1/2, we're going to find the apothem. Find the central angle right here. Always make this triangle by doing 360 divided by the number of sides. 72 is that central angle, which you cut in half if you want to find the apothem. So you always take half the central angle. That is 36 degrees. If the whole side is 17.6, then half of it, which is what I'm working with, is 8.8. So you're going to use tangent. Tan of 36 is opposite over adjacent. When what you're looking for is in the denominator, you divide. 8.8 divided by tan 36 is 12.1. Take the product, divide by 2, you get your answer. 32 is very similar, just using a hexagon, so do 360 divided by 6 to get a central angle of 60. You always cut it in half. 30 goes up here, so you can do 30, 60, 90 stuff if you want, or you can just use tangent. If the whole thing's 21.8, then that part's 10.9. Tan of 30 is 10.9 over A. A is 10.9 over tan 30, 18.8, 18.9. I saw it today. If you round up, it is 18.9. The perimeter is 6 sides of 21.8, so 30.8. Find the product and divide by 2. On this one, I give you the apothem this time. So to find the perimeter, again, do 360 divided by the number of sides. 72 is that top central angle right there, cut in half. So 36 goes up here. This time you know the apothem. It's 14.1. We're looking for that part of the side x. Tangent of 36 is opposite over adjacent. Multiply here, you get 10.2. Now, if that's 10.2, that is 10.2. The whole side is 20.4. So you're going to take 20.4 and multiply it by 5 to get the perimeter. Multiply them together, divide by 2. Lastly, folks, on 34, you have a rectangle and a triangle. All right, the rectangle measures 28 by 26. Here's how you do the triangle. The base is 28, so you got to cut it in half to find the height. Cutting 28 in half gives you 14h and 20. Use Pythagorean Theorem to get 14.3 for the height. So the base is still 28 of that triangle. The height is 14.3. That's how you find the rectangle, add them together. And lastly, folks, if you have 2 semicircles, you have a full circle with a diameter of 42, so that means the radius is 21. 21 squared gives you 441 pi, which is that. The rectangle is simply 102 times 42. Add them together, you get your final answer, guys. This is what your test looks like tomorrow. 90.9 the quadratic, signing out.